gentlemen, and everyone in between, I am Arizona Verse. He is Soul Papo. And this is
it's the motherfucking Arizona Soul podcast. That's what that says.
Yes, indeedy. This is the Arizona Soul Podcast featuring Arizona Verse and Soul Papo.
Yo.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the show on YouTube, on SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio. As long as you're subscribed over there, every time we release a new episode, even if there's a gap in between them, you won't miss them bitches as long as you're subscribed. Also, make sure while you're at it, hop on Twitter. Follow us at Arizona Soul Pod. That's right, at Arizona Soul Pod. Go ahead and join our 963 followers over there that keep up with all of our articles, our moments, all of just our randomness, responses, so on and so forth. Also, make sure that you like our Facebook fan page, which is the Arizona Soul Podcast. Join our, I think we're at like 4,000. Yes, we have 4,210 people following us on Facebook. And they get to join in on all these lovely memes, like this one right here. When you sneak wine into your office, and you have this brown paper bag that says work documents. Clearly it's wine, but shouts out to them. Or you have this lovely meme right here when you have Lady Gaga who said, "Let's have some fun. This beat is sick." And like this dude on the bottom, and I got to his office fully prepared to suck his dick. That's when
Shit, what fucking documentary was that from?
That was from the Fyre Festival, and we can get into that in a minute.
What? Oh my goodness! There's a documentary on there right now. Okay.
Yeah, and I saw both of them.
Oh,
and then lastly, this one, when you find out you may not get your tax returns this year, and you got the brother on the corner with this sign. He has fresh dick, no STDs, $60. I mean,
hey,
got to make this money. Yeah, I mean, so like the Facebook fan page, we have a lot of good times over there with the memes and all that. And also, don't forget, man, follow us on Instagram at Arizona Soul Pod, where we have all of our lovely dedications over there. Daily, we got dedication posts over there. Some of the memes is over there too.
Such loveliness.
But the Facebook fan page is the Instagram page is definitely on and popping. And then also, again, we do dedications on every single episode. We repost a lot of the dedications over here on the podcast, and then we link them on there. So then if you're trying to find one of the dedications, just head over to the Instagram page, and there'll be a quick little link over there to the dedications. So, yes, indeed. Now, again, you can find all those links at ArizonaSoulPodcast.com in case you can't remember them. And last but not least, man, leave us a voicemail at 480-588-4688. That's right. The voicemail is 480-588-4688. Let us know what's on your mind. Getting a lot of spam. I don't know what's going on. I got to figure out what number this is coming from, but someone keeps trying to sell me health insurance. Those are not the kind of voicemail messages I want. I ain't trying to buy no health insurance. So we've been getting a lot of that. So we need the fans to help us riddle through all that spam or whatever. So yeah, make sure you call us 480-588-4688. Let us know what's on your mind. Responses. If you got an article, dedication, send those over there. Yeah.
Yo, I seriously feel like whatever Google Analytics shit that's popping off in the background, that they're catching the shit that we're talking shit about. Like, oh, they're upset with healthcare. Let's sell them on something. They're probably in the market. Get the fuck out of here.
They need some healthcare. Yeah, let me send this your way.
Yeah.
But no, just to start real quick, because you brought up the Fyre Festival. So yeah, that meme came from the Fyre Festival. I watched both documentaries. There was one that came out on Netflix and there was one that came out on Hulu. Ooh. I have watched both of them, and I am blown away by the Fyre Festival and just the amazingness of all of it.
Did 50 Cent ever fucking meme on Ja Rule's ass when the shit was popping off? He had to, right?
I am so surprised. Well, at least since the documentary has come out, 50 Cent hasn't cracked any jokes.
I'm wondering if he has some participation. He participated.
I don't know what's going on, but it's like out of all the people, like everyone's been making fun of Ja Rule. For some reason, 50 Cent ain't been making fun of Ja Rule. It's the oddest thing.
Ooh.
But
conspiracy theory really quickly. Do you think it's anywhere possible that he might have had, because we've seen 50 Cent clown on Ja Rule by buying 200 of the front row seats, so that him thinking that no one really gave that much of a fuck about him, which definitely had been a fucking a burn beyond, you know, unmeasurable degrees. Do you think maybe he was one of the investors or one of the benefactors of that Fyre Festival? Also, again, as a spite by throwing him in the mix, being on the forefront. Could that be possible? Could that have been? I don't know.
Now I will say anything's possible, but I think because all that, especially with how bad all that turned out, I think just about all the information and everyone that's been involved on every level has been exposed, and 50's name hasn't come up. But it is odd that he ain't responded or joked or, you know, used his time to poke at the whatever. Because 50 never. He always finds a reason to make fun of Ja. So,
and sometimes it might be for just something that came into his fucking mind. So the fact that you have this pedestal, this opportunity to shit on somebody, like they say never to kick a person while they're down, but he is that person to kick you while you're down.
He's the main one. But the Fyre Festival, I would recommend everyone check it out. I personally, I like the Netflix one better than the Hulu one, but and the end all be all is basically what went wrong with Fyre Festival. And for those who don't remember, Fyre Festival was this big event where it's like
kind of Coachella like thing.
It was supposed to be Coachella, but it was Coachella for rich people, and it was supposed to be in the Bahamas.
Because you're on an island, fucking A.
Yeah, they were on an island. But essentially, what turned out is that in the end, what went wrong is that normally to set up one of these festivals, you should start like 18 to 24 months in advance to get all this mapped out. They essentially promoted this and tried to put on a festival within 2 months. And they've tried to put on a festival on an island with no infrastructure, not thinking about, okay, where are the toilets? Where are the showers? Like how, like they didn't put
How do you not plan that out though? Like that's, you figure that's
so. What went wrong was that the whole the whole thing was supposed to be like Uber for booking. It was an app that they came out with. And so it was like, okay, we got this app, and through this app, this is how you're going to be able to book artists, because, you know, instead of going through, because as the story goes, the guy Billy had an event coming up. He wanted to book Ja Rule. And so he was looking around. He got a hold of this one guy. I forgot the guy's name, but he got a hold of this guy and was like, oh, I heard that you could link me up with Ja Rule so I can book him for a show. So the dude hit him back.
Who would want to book Ja Rule? Like, this just sounds all bad.
No, he's still doing live shows. He's still doing his thing.
No. There's no doubt that he's doing live shows. I understand that. I remember 50 Cent Clown says buying the front rows. But who would want to book Ja Rule? Again, I'm upset. I don't know. It doesn't make sense from the very get-go. Bullshit. I got bullshit on everything.
But no, so Billy was trying to book the Ja Rule, and so he got in hold of one guy, and the one guy was like, I can get you Ja Rule, but you need to pay me $500. So Billy paid the guy $500, and then Billy came back 2 days later, and he came with a contact, and then Billy reached out to that contact, and then the contact was like, okay, I need $1,000 to book Ja Rule. So then he gave that guy $1,000, and then that dude came back a couple days later to say Ja Rule doesn't like your offer, he's not taking it. So eventually, somehow, Billy and Ja Rule end up communicating with each other, and then they end up becoming good friends or whatever, because they did end up booking Ja. And then that was kind of the joke, was how difficult it was to get a hold of Ja to book him. So then they came up with the brilliant idea of, yo, what if we had an app and you had all these talents that are on this app, and then you can go through the app and you can book them through there. You can figure out how much their going rate is, and then you could, you know, book from their live calendar, so on and so forth. So it was a brilliant idea. Mm-hmm. And then to promote the app, they were like, let's come up with this festival. But again, they tried to set up the festival a couple months in advance when you should be working on this for nearly 2 years to make this go right.
After that is what it was. Everything was
So it was freestyling that ended up going wrong or whatever. But that meme and with the guy about the sucking dick, how all that came about was everything was going wrong with this event. Everything that could possibly go wrong was going wrong. And they were coming up to the last like week or two before the event got ready. And they had something like 175,000 gallons of water coming in to this island. And so Customs was like, y'all didn't pay this 175K or whatever to get this water to the island. So we're holding it in customs. So one of the guys that were helping Billy get all this set up, he was a homosexual male. And so they hit him up and they was like, yo, Billy, they was like, we got a big issue right now. You're our fearless gay leader. We need you to go to this guy's office and we need you to suck his dick to get this water. And so the guy was like, in my 40 years of doing this business and all that and everything that I've been doing, event planning and all that, I've never done anything like this. But he was like, I went down to that man's office fully prepared to suck his dick. And he said he got there and the guy was like, all that is not necessary. Y'all just need to pay me my money when you guys get this situated. And so he got the water and he was like, I can't believe I was fully prepared to do that. And so that became the joke out of everything at the end of the Fyre Festival documentary. This man was ready to go down for some water. So, hey, he's talk about sacrifices.
Yo, see, ladies are getting upset over fucking not getting a goddamn part. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe not getting a full feature credit. Look, that sucks. But this motherfucker's ready to save lives. He's willing to suck a dick with pride.
Save lives. He was ready to use both hands to save a life. Like, come on, I needs this water.
Supposedly you won't have any better blowjob than that. So I don't know. Those are supposed theories and tricks that motherfuckers used to. But I'm wondering how long it took for them to be like, yo, we gotta get a Post Smoker on the line, because you know what, tough times call for tough measures, and this guy supposedly has taken 2 feet. I don't know if that's possible, but supposedly that's what he's done. We got to get him in there. And
yes,
so don't put that past anybody. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And then the end all be all with all of it, that dude Billy did end up getting 6 years in jail. And a lot of people were asking why he got in trouble and Ja and everybody else didn't get in trouble. But basically what it came down to, it wasn't that he got in trouble because the festival crashed and burned. He got in trouble because he was lying to investors. It was, he got like millions upon millions of dollars by lying to people. Like he went to one company and was like, yo, you know what? I got Drake, I got Lil Wayne, I got so-and-so. And like, we done booked all these people and it only cost us $1 million to book these people. So if you give me X amount of money, I could do blah, blah, blah. When really he didn't have any of those people that he claimed that he had. And he had actually spent 32 million, not 1 million. There was another scenario where he was like, oh yeah, if y'all could give me X amount of money because, you know, I have this equity because I have all these shares in Facebook and I actually own like, I got like $3.5 million in the bank just off of Facebook shares. And then it turned out he only has $60,000 in the bank from Facebook shares. So he did a lot of lying to get this whole thing situated. And that's the reason why Billy is going to jail. Or went to jail. Yeah.
Yo, it almost seems, it's funny because like this reminds me of the movie. Have you ever seen Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead? This was with Christina Applegate. She was super hella young.
I remember it. I didn't see it.
Because if anything, you probably just remember the title, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. And it literally, that movie, especially with all the dialogue and all the references to inter-office lingo and all this bullshit like cliches, it seriously felt like whoever the fuck wrote the movie just thought it was getting stoned, getting whatever the fuck. It's like, can you imagine what would happen if, you know, kids were, you know, had to take care of themselves because mom was on a business trip and they didn't want to tell her the babysitter was dead. We call it Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter was dead. So off of a stupid fucking premise, they just figured, all right, then we got to fill in all these other details. So it almost seems like that's exactly what happened. He had this idea. He figured, fuck it, I'm going to say it costs this much so I can make this much more. Now understanding that those budgets and those investments go way beyond, you know, what some shit's worth. A lot of times, some things will get done at a cost in order just to have publicity or just to have promotion. So hopefully down the run into the next second or third one that they fucking make it really fucking big because they bought shit in bulk or whatever fucking loopholes. But so it almost feels like each time he had to think of another fucking plateau or branch of the tree to get taken care of to where he's $32 million in the hole off of a $1 million fucking loophole.
And the thing that was crazy with the whole Fyre Festival, like watch the documentary again. If y'all have Netflix, y'all got to check it out. And that was kind of the thing. Like he kept digging the hole deeper because it was like, oh damn, we need a $500,000. Dang, how can we come up with $500,000? Yo, I got an idea. Yo, so we gonna sell cabanas at $100,000 each, and we just need to sell 5 of those, and then we'll be able to make that money. Okay, put that on the website. And then people were like, Billy, we don't have cabanas. Like, what are you keep selling tickets to all the, we don't have any of this. And so oh my God, it was fascinating. It was fascinating. Good documentary. Check it out.
Fucking A. I was like robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Basically.
2017.
Now, something else that I want a motherfucking documentary for is this longest government shutdown that we ever been a part of just ended, Papo. Where's the documentary on this?
Well, it's only stopping for what, 3 weeks or something like that?
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Yes.
So and it almost seemed, again, for those that aren't fucking hip to it, because it didn't affect the main populace. So we shut down the government, which that didn't mean apparently most national parks, or it just, I technically still don't know what exactly it closed down. Some people were definitely going with that on during the furlough, but like TSAs, what else do they pay for? Because supposedly major military and shit, they still kept running, right? Like,
well, so, and that was the thing. A bunch of stuff during all this was still running. It's just the people weren't getting paid for any of the work that they were doing. And there's some of the jobs too, where these people, because people were like, oh, well, if they're not getting paid, why are these people showing up to work? It was a couple of jobs where if you don't show up to work and you're supposed to show up to work, you can get arrested. Like there was levels to like what was going on, why these people were still showing up to work. But yeah, it's the longest government shutdown in history. Trump had closed the government because he wanted $5 billion for his border wall. And after 35 days of being shut down, again, the longest government shutdown ever, they finally caved in on Friday, reopened up, signing a continuing resolution that will reopen the federal government through through February 15th. And so it was crazy.
A whole fucking month. That's 2 paychecks at the very least. That's 2 paychecks. You like skipping anyone's check, and unfortunately, I'm very mad, embarrassed to say. You know what I'm saying? You want to save up 3 to 6 months. You want to have a rainy day fund. You want to have all this shit, but there's just so much more shit to stack. No matter how well you budget, like it's about what's coming in. Yeah. And I can imagine skipping 2 fucking checks, bro. Like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been through it, done it, but at the wrong time. Like imagine that at the point where, you know, I don't know how far you had to stretch when you're jumping. This last jump was probably done the most seamlessly, but the one before it, like how far you have to jump and adjust. You know what I'm saying, to kind of stay within your means, and then imagine to the point where you finally bounce back and you're paying that shit off. To have that again. I mean, obviously you can only take so many storms. You know what I'm saying? In tropical, you know what I'm saying. Cautionary shits into the wind.
All I gotta say is I'm a mad professional, and you know, I'm a very sensible individual. But in hard times, I've had to do some things I'm not willing to admit over the camera because Feds is watching.
But yeah, when you went to that office totally prepared to suck a dick.
No, I won't go that far. But like, dang, sorry, kids, we ain't eating this week. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell y'all. But no, so that's the thing. Yeah, rough times calls for rough measures. I do remember a time when statute of limitations. I remember a time when I was working and I wasn't making. I was making minimum wage, which wasn't nothing back then. And needless to say, I made sure I had something to eat because it was Walmart that was pretty close. And hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get what I need to get. You know, I'll pay y'all in prayers, thoughts and prayers later on. Y'all get some thoughts and prayers from me, but I'm gonna need that food right now. So it is what it is, man. You got to do what you got to do. The saddest part about all this, the one thing that I think struck me the most, because again, a lot of people weren't getting their checks. It was a bunch of people who I remember when this first started over the holiday season, this one woman was like, I can't afford to get my kids my grandkids gifts for Christmas, so on and so forth. The weirdest thing I saw was there was this couple that their kid, they couldn't afford the medicine for their kid. They had this newborn baby who had some type of disease. They couldn't afford the money because they were government workers, so they weren't getting paid. So if the government didn't reopen soon, their kid was possibly going to die because they couldn't buy this medication, and they were still on the news talking about, well, we still support Trump. Your kid is about to die because of Trump, and you're still like, oh man, I still support him. It's those Democrats. No, it's Trump. It is no one else. Let's stop pointing the finger at everyone else. Trump. And it's funny because, again, the beauty of the internet, everything lasts on the internet. Someone brought up a tweet from Donald Trump in 2013 when I think Obama had like a government shutdown for a little bit or whatever. And he went on his rant about, oh, I don't care what they say. A government shutdown is a failure by the president. The president starts up at the top and it works downhill. And Trump said that in a tweet in 2013. But then now he goes through it and it's like, oh, it's the Democrats' fault. No, again, when that happened to Obama, it was his fault. It was nobody else's fault because it's only the president's fault when the government shuts down. But now that you went through it, it's no, it wasn't me. It was some the Democrats. It was them. It was brown people. So it's just the beauty of all of this. But yeah, the government's back up and open, at least for now. It's roughly eight. Yeah, it's 800,000 federal workers who received IOUs instead of paychecks, so they should be getting their money. Yeah, they got them. They got them IOUs. Like, instead of getting paychecks, they got, it said, "Hey, we got you next summer."
Fucking voucher, you know what I'm saying? The goddamn Burger King coupons that you get in the mail.
And the other thing that was crazy is just, and this again is why this is the problem when America is run by a bunch of rich people who are out of touch with what's going on in the world. Trump, at some point in the past week, the last week of the whole thing, they were talking about how, okay, these people have now missed 2 checks. These people can't eat. Like, what are they going to do? And he was like, oh, well, if they just go down to their local grocery store and tell them that they're a member of the federal government, the grocery stores will work with them to get them some food. Nigga, no, it don't work like that. You need money. Don't nobody just be like, oh, for all you going through it, man, let me help you out. That don't happen. It doesn't happen like that. Just like I remember there was some when
I seen from that really quickly was one of the local dispensaries said, if you're a federal worker, you'll get fucking 10% off your next full purchase. Thinking, I bet you the last thing they want to fucking do is waste their last couple of dollars on an eighth. Well, I mean, I guess really you never know, but still, like, I doubt that fucking promotion is gonna help anyway.
Like, I don't need an eighth. I need a loaf of bread right now. We're starving. What are you talking about? What is going on right now?
Buy one, get one. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god! And I just remember that one. I forgot if it was Ted Cruz's wife or it was somebody's wife had who again during the election 2016 that showed just how out of touch rich people are. They were talking about the student loans and just how all this student loan money. She was like, well, I don't understand. How come instead of these people getting student loans, just ask someone in your family for the money? We have student loans because our entire family's broke. None of us could afford this. That's the reason why we're getting student loans. Like, again, how out of touch with reality are some of these people? It's amazing.
Yo, did you ever watch that Kane Peele sketch of I think it was Jordan Peele? He plays Jaden Smith. I don't think I saw him play Jaden. It was a day in a life in Jaden Smith, and I can't tell you how creepy he played that role, and yet still so fucking believable from what we know about Jaden Smith, and like him just like waking up and like having this assistant, trying to walk him throughout his day, and references where he needs to say thank God or oh holy Jesus, he says dad. And he's like, oh, my dad, like, are you serious? And like, and he's like contemplating like what schedules conflicting with someone who has to go to work. And he's like, what's work? And he's like, like how the maids and the butlers and the this and that, how they clean for you. Yeah. Like that's their job. It's what they're supposed to do. It's like, yeah. Like it's just seeing him break into have reality shatter after reality shatter. Just the audacity. It's fucking crazy how sheltered some people can be. I might do a parody, but.
I know, and I saw recently, I guess on the Kardashian show, I think it was Courtney recently, something came up or whatever, and she was talking about her kids, and she was like, oh my God, I mean, it's so much going on right now. I need to focus on the kid. Like working is the last thing on my mind. It's like, you sheltered bitch. Like, I wish I can say that. Like, oh man, I'm just going to not work for like the next 3 years because I got to figure out how to raise my kids. It's like, privilege. That's privilege. That's rich privilege.
So, because then I think about it, and when you hear complaints like that, and then you think about how many times on the Snapchat discovery page it'll say something about one of the Kardashians being on some kind of fucking yacht, winter time yachting, still wearing a bikini in fucking Alaska or whatever bullshit gimmicky theme that there's in this picture. Like, who the fuck's watching the kids? Like, because you're seeing it not just on the weekends, you're seeing this throughout the week, and what I'm saying? Yeah, they could work really hard in order to live the lifestyle they live and to earn the vacation that they earn. And really quickly with traffic most recently, it had been so easy during like the Christmas times because I still gotta go to work. You could tell like the most privileged of all motherfuckers who get that month off in the most hectic of times. You know what I'm saying? Like they eased up traffic really nicely. Like it was nice not having them in existence. And then
it was literally It was a good like 4 weeks where it was like there was no traffic. It's like, oh, these are the rich people that don't have to go to work all the time. Oh, okay. It's like, man, I'm getting to work like 40 minutes early now. But like my normal hour-long commute to work only takes like 12 minutes now. Like, oh wow, this is phenomenal. And then I remember that first day that everyone was back. It was like the second week in January or whatever that was. It was like, oh my God, I'm like 2 hours late to work now because everybody's back on the freeway now. What is going on?
Shit,
Gotta love it.
back to life, back
to reality. Gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Now, one thing though that I did love is as this Mueller investigation gets deeper, your boy Roger Stone arrested.
Bro, he was what, the campaign manager or the I forget exactly what his role was, but dude, he's been in the game since the 70s. Like, I think there was some kind of National Lampoon movie that was based off this guy, and just some motherfuckery. Is that what it was? I'm forgetting. I
can't think of the name of it. Yeah,
but yeah, and there's a bunch of little documentaries on his ass. He is a pusher. So the fact that he's taking this thing again, even with the shutdown thing, there's a muscle that is trying to be flexed, trying to take it as far as you can go. He's not the president. I don't think is going to be stressed whether or not they're able to make it through a certain thing. He's just flexing a muscle just to show I can. Oh, I can. Okay, I'll do something else. Like he's just like a little kid when you tell him, don't do that, and to do something.
My personal theory, because how close these two situations were. My personal conspiracy theory is that the reason why Trump ended the government shutdown was to take the attention off this Roger Stone thing. Because it's, again, what Trump does with his wave of hand. It's like, oh my God, Roger Stone got arrested. Hey, the government's open. It's open. Let's talk about this. It's open. It's open. We won. Don't talk about Stone. Let's focus on the government's back open. Now, Roger Stone got indicted because apparently he coordinated with Trump officials about WikiLeaks stolen emails, because that was one of the things, that there was a whole bunch of emails that got stolen from WikiLeaks, which had damaging information on Democrats and other things. And Roger Stone was indicted by a grand jury on charges brought by special counsel Robert Mueller, who alleges that the longtime Donald Trump associate sought stolen emails from WikiLeaks that could damage Trump opponents while in coordination with senior Trump campaign officials. It doesn't say who on the campaign knew about Stone's quest, but makes it clear it was multiple people. This is the first time prosecutors have alleged they know of additional people close to the president who worked with Stone as he sought out WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Now, the thing that was dope too is when this came out, there's a Trump clip or a Trump tweet for everything, and there was while he was on the campaign, something about WikiLeaks came up, and Trump during his campaign was like, "I love WikiLeaks." Like, "Oh, I love them. I love them." Yeah, you love them because your campaign is stealing emails and getting stuff from them or whatever, so you can blackmail people. So it's getting deeper, man. And again, I know this is taking a super long time, but people are getting arrested, man, and it keeps going a step higher and higher.
This even jumps into the Jeff Bezos things, which I know we're going to go into later, but we got to connect it in with this story because there's connection with that. Remind me. But with this, when you're seeing all these other pieces of the puzzle that are also being knocked down, it's like a little domino effect, right? One after the other. Yeah. How long is it going to go for? Will it make it? It's definitely going to make it into the fucking the next elections for sure. Like, we're 2019 now. We have a whole fucking year to get into, you know what I'm saying, that whole rigmarole, people kind of doing their tours again. So it's so crazy how close to the end that it's getting to. They're gonna have to make that stretch somehow so they can make it into the campaign season. Whether or not we see him jump into that shit, supposedly a president who's in office can't be arrested, right?
Yeah, so essentially to arrest him, you have to get him impeached, and then after he's impeached, you could arrest him. So that's part of the reason why and again, I'm not a political science major, but that's part of the reason why this is taking so long. Is you got to go step by step arresting all these people. And then after you get done arresting all these people, you have all this evidence, then you can go forth to people and be like, hey, we need to impeach Donald Trump because look at these 12 people that we arrested, and all of them are saying that they did these crimes that they committed on behalf of Donald Trump telling them to. Then you have enough power to then be like, okay, you are impeached. And then after he's impeached, now, okay, now we got to arrest you. You got to go to butt fucking federal prison because you've been wilding.
He doesn't mean
You've been wilding
on Fire Island.
Yo, yeah, get them. Just put them all on Fire Island and have them figure out how to, run that shit without toilets. So, but
into the show later that they should definitely do that too. But we'll get into Hacienda in a moment.
Yes, but yeah, you brought up Jeff Bezos, and yeah, Jeff Bezos was part of the most expensive divorce in the world. And the thing that was crazy about it, and from what I heard, so Jeff Bezos, who's the richest man in the world,
literally
got a divorce, and through the divorce his wife then took half of his money, which then made her the richest woman in the world, and he is still the richest man in the world.
Ooh, imagine how much ducats is that you can still be that way.
How rich are you that I just took 50 cents of every dollar that you have and you still mad rich?
You still the richest.
You are still the richest.
No.
And I saw this thing too where it showed that it was saying how Jeff Bezos does do charity, but his charity, when you line up how much money that he has and how much he donates to charity, it's like 0.0009% of the money that he has or something like that. Wow. And it was saying that if you made $25 an hour and if you donated $20 a month or something, you're donating more money than Jeff Bezos has in his entire multi-billion-dollar career. So it's, again, the money hoarding, but go ahead.
See, so in this case, do you feel like it's a sweet justice slice? Because, hey, he did not have a prenup, and, you know what I'm saying, she definitely made it to 25 years of the up climb. Like, you figure, there's no doubt that she's not due that, you know what I'm saying? So that's why she gets it. But, like, ain't that something? That's such a fucking turnout for 25 years of service, though. Like, that don't sound like a bad turnout, though.
It's not bad. Yeah, to put up with someone for 25 years and you get $137 billion, like that's a good payout. But
her best life now. Like, honestly, go out and go fucking jungle fever crazy, my dear. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if I was her, I would become an amateur porn star and I would just be wilding out. I would have beds of his money all over the bed while a pack of Negroes have their way with me. Like I would wow out if I was his wife. Like, you have all the money in the world. Like, what they gonna do?
Jeff Bezos gets a Snapchat of that every fucking morning and night.
Every morning, and then he would block me, and I'd create a new Snapchat and then send him another picture. Like, I'd be in his DMs all day, like, "Hey, honey, look what I'm doing."
Yo,
but no, and I will say, because I have mixed feelings about.
I'm just talking shit.
I have mixed feelings about that the wife gets half. I do have mixed feelings about that, just off of the simple fact of, and it goes back to the D.L. Hughley joke of, did you write half these jokes? Like, I understand that, okay, she lived a certain lifestyle, they were together for a long time, and you can't just expect her to now all of a sudden get a minimum wage job and try to survive. I get that. But half, did you do half the work? Did you do a quarter of the work? Did you do 10% of the work? What did you do to earn half? I still have an issue with that.
There should be a manager fee, a finder's fee, 10 to 15%, especially considering how big of the pot. Can you do the calculations? What's 15%? Just to if you get a calculator out right now.
Because even if it was just 10%, that would still be in the billions.
Look, supposedly now, and I definitely don't live by these standards unless I'm really fucking wooed and in love. Supposedly the average gratuity fee now is 15%. Like if you go to a restaurant or something like that. So you figure if at least that, the motherfucker that brings you your food, you know what I'm saying? What more than this? So we'll say 20%. And let's still be overzealous with it. Let's do 20% of 137, and then just see how ridiculous that is. Can you check that out? I don't know. We're doing it in the background.
Would still wait. So we do. Hold up.
So,
What
because
was my
again,
calculator?
I don't know what people would tip barbers. I don't know what the ratio is of, regular at the bar. You're just sitting there anyway. Someone just literally just pouring it for you, and then
That would
someone
still be 54 billion.
in a lifetime. I mean, I'd imagine that'd be easy to spend to have that.
10% is still 27 billion.
Billion?
Yeah, we're still in the
We're
billions.
billions? Oh my goodness. Okay.
And then
So
if it was, yeah, even if she got 1%, it'd be 2 billion. Like, it's ridiculous. It
I
is
guess, yeah, it's
ridiculous.
basic math. You know what I'm saying? I can't science, but that's basic math right there.
Oh my God, that's
All right,
crazy.
but so let me kind of connect this really back. Let me backtrack back to how this connects with Trump. At least how I saw, and the reason why I feel like it's what pushed this. Trump has a beef with Jeff Bezos. I forget exactly what it is that has caused their beef, but he don't like his ass.
Yeah.
Right? Do you got anything to add on that?
No, just that I've heard that.
So, and the people that broke the story, or the people that had been flexing on these people for the longest, has been the National Enquirer. National Enquirer, as we all know, has been kind of like a gossip tabloid thing that we can't really you can't really take it seriously. But it's so it makes you wonder how the fuck it's made it a 35 some plus years, 25 plus some years that it's been out. You know what I'm saying? Creating this ridiculousness, and the fact that the name of the print is called American Media, it just kind of makes you wonder, like, that they obviously it's all about copyright, right? Who gets the name first? But the fact that the National Enquirer is owned by a company called the American Media, that's fucking crazy. That they got. But anyways, they in federal record in courts and shit that's popping off right now, they have been tied to funding all the shenanigans Trump's been getting into. So whether they've been paying off a whore or paying this off, paying that off, they have been the I don't want to call it the benefactor, but the person with the money. They've been the person. They've been paying the tab. So they're in bed somehow, some way that I don't understand. But they've been flexing the muscle on Jeff Bezos. So this tweet came literally at the very same time that some I don't know exactly what kind of Latin descent this bride is. She was some kind of weather lady or reporter. She's currently married to some other big wig money making person. I think he's in sports. She's also had boyfriends that have been in the NFL, probably NBA. Is in the meantime, are you aware of this stuff?
Some of it, yeah. Okay. I've heard some of it, yeah.
So this chick apparently has dick pics of Jeff Bezos. Apparently this dude is very well endowed. She shared it with the homegirl.
Wait, Jeff Bezos is?
Yes. There's dick pics of this man.
Wait, God is unfair. What? God is unfair. How dare you make this guy the richest man in the world, and also he has a hog on him? That's not fair. That is not fair. You got to take something away from this man. That's not fair. That's not fair.
We got fresh dick selling for $60 in the streets right now.
$60.
And this man is worth billions.
He's worth billions, and he got a hog on him. That is unfair. That is unfair.
Talk about having the fucking ice cream with the cake. And it didn't take very long for that shit to escalate into where, again, the friend is selling that shit to fucking the Enquirer. Obviously, them being, getting connected with Trump having something to flex. We're going to throw this at you. You get this fucking supposed joint tweet that comes out, him announcing the divorce all fucking abruptly. And then all of a sudden, he's also mentioning that he's given the trial and error of the separation, which, again, gives him like almost like leeway to have this little scandal be on the side and not be a big deal because they've been experimenting with separation. So again, to announce things in such a calculated way, you could tell that they're flexing each other, where they're both, everyone was just taking the next, appropriate step into whatever it is that they give to us via media. You know what I'm saying? So like,
okay.
Yeah. And to think, man, because then you look at the broad and the bitch is so fake, and then supposedly, and again, you can't really trust exactly all the information that you're getting, because supposedly he's very much in love, and obviously this is the shit that got him in. I hope he's not dumb enough to stick with this chick, because sources from every end say this chick is bad news. Think about it, she's married to some billionaire that probably got ain't worth dick, and then to be messing with these NFL stars or you know what I'm saying, other athletes that again got money, they've gone on record saying this chick does not like paying for shit, and why would you? You know what I'm saying? If you're carrying around pussy with you, why do you feel like you gotta pay? But, yeah.
Now, I would say that's the reason why Diddy is doing it the right way. Diddy has been in a lot of relationships over the course of his career. J-Lo, Cassidy, Kim, rest in peace. And that's the reason why, since Puff Daddy has become uber rich, he refuses to get married. I am not getting married to any of y'all because I know I ain't shit. And all you're going to do is end up taking half. No, so I'm cool. We'll be homie lover friends. We'll keep it at that. But I ain't doing this marriage thing because you ain't taking half, because you didn't do half the work I had to do to get Bad Boy Records popping. Take that.
Yo, I think back to, like, he was such a, not to call him a cocksucker because I would love to do business and I hate to call you a cocksucker to your face, but you know what I'm saying? Like, think about, like, how you latched on and how he got on, you know, doing the, and we remember Suge Knight talking shit, you know, in the video, in the awards. You don't want a producer being all up in the videos, all up in the songs, right? But I was listening to Biggie's records, and that's like the most annoying part, because Biggie has, and I'm more of a Tupac fan, but this means a lot coming from me, is that Biggie has a timeless kind of flow. Like, truly, did he have the perfect pacing for his voice? You know what I'm saying? And just whatever, it's just, you could put it on any kind of beat, just fuck with the BPM, you know what I'm saying? You got a beat that can match a Biggie vocal. And I was getting lost into, like, just remembering how deep, how believable, how just nonchalant he was about, you know, suicidal thoughts. You know, remember that record? Like, it's just everything. Put it on the table, and then just to fucking hear that, take that, fucking background. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Bad Boy, we don't stop forever. We in the 90s. Like, Puff was something else.
I understand it was a time, but no, that was dick riding. I've never seen such more graphically until, you know what I'm saying, gay homies would show me porno I didn't want to see. Like, that's the realest stuff.
Now, it's funny, though, because talking about, you know, Jeff Bezos and his wife and just all this unfairness with all the money and stuff that they have, it reminded me of another, I hate rich people, and it reminded me of something else. Did you see this about these? Apparently, there's 2 cats that live alone in a Silicon Valley apartment that costs $1,500 a month.
There would be,
of course,
lesbian cats living in the most expensive city in the United States of America.
Yeah, why wouldn't it? It only makes sense. So apparently these 2 cats have their own apartment in Silicon Valley. It's a studio apartment that costs about $1,500 a month, and the landlord mind themselves. They don't complain or nothing like that because the rent comes in on time every month. But apparently, these cats are just kind of chilling. The father, let me see. The father lives in the Bay Area. And the space comes with, bathroom, shower, has a Apple TV. The cats have Apple TV. Doesn't have a kitchen because cats don't need a kitchen. I mean, they just have cat food laying all around the place. But apparently someone has
it personalized where they removed the kitchen out of there because they didn't need it.
No, I'm assuming just whatever this apartment, because it's a small studio apartment, it has like a sink and all that, and just doesn't have a kitchen. Because there's some of those apartments that you will get that they don't have kitchens, so you would have to get like appliances, or you would have to get some type of like the little fryers that you can put up. Like, I remember when I moved to California, the damn apartment that I got didn't have a fridge, so I had to drive down to Long Beach to buy a fridge to get a fridge to put in there or whatever and all that. But you get some of these small studio apartments where it's just enough room for a bed and all that, and you got to figure out the other means of getting it. But $1,500 a month, doesn't come with a kitchen. Cats live there by themselves. This is America.
Yo, did you hear about what happened to Frankie Muniz, right? This
no, what happened?
I don't know how long ago. He tried to be on the up and up by finally getting married with his fiance for so fucking long. But he apparently had some kind of 5. Yeah, it was bullshit. And you know how he had like a 5-story apartment, which, if you're gonna have that many fucking stories, why don't you just have a whole fucking house? But yeah, he lived in some kind of fancy 5-story apartment where literally his portion of living went through 5 stories. I don't fucking understand it. It sounded too rich. It was in one of those mountains that you pass by when you pass by, you know, the 51 that you can only dream of. And apparently the cat, while he was on vacation, I think, not vacation, but he was attending a funeral in France or somewhere exotic. And the cat was living at the house by themselves. And I guess they turned on the sink somehow from fidgeting with shit. And literally the fucking water rose, I don't know how many stories, and flooded damn near everything that he had in there.
I did hear about that. That's right. I forgot. I didn't know or what led to that happening, but I did hear that he had lost his place and he was going through some mental health stuff as a result of it.
So yeah, apparently losing it all made him say, "Fuck it, I'll get married."
Yeah, I mean, because you need something to help you jump the broom. So that's crazy though. But shouts out to Frankie Muniz or whatever, because he's been out here like his entire adulthood. Like because I know he's on John Jay and Rich a lot. Yeah, because him and John Jay are like best friends, and then Frankie Muniz has been living out here for like a long time. Now, was that house though? That house wasn't out here though, right?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was out. Oh, okay. I missed that part. Okay.
Like he was on one of those fancy dancy mountain rock sides off near the 51. Like if you jump on Highway 51 going from South to North Phoenix, there's there's fucking mansions on top of rocks. Like I think to myself, I'm on pretty fucking stable land and the foundation is fucked here. I can't imagine somewhere on a fucking rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, must you have a lot of money to fucking have a goddamn rock stable. Peter,
I love it.
Testament said to fucking plant your house on a stable rock. Motherfucker, you doing that rock over a mountain, over a freeway?
Oh sorry, my God. God love it. God love it.
That's someone else who got excited and some shit bumped off.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of some bad news, well, and actually the story's still developing, so we'll see all that comes about it. But Chris Brown got into some trouble while he was out in France as him and two other guys in his entourage got accused of rape. Then the charges got dropped because apparently the cops had big problems with the rape accuser's version of the events. So much so that now Chris Brown is getting ready to sue them for defamation charges. Now, apparently, Chris Brown was walking around Paris without fear of getting cuffed and hauled back to the police station because cops found his rape accuser's story almost impossible to believe. One source directly connected to the case tells us that, of course, TMZ would move. Oh, what the hell? TMZ just hopped to a whole nother article.
One thing that really trips me out while you get back to that is that to think that, man, to be so rich, to be so successful, that you literally a walking lick, as they say it in the hip hop realm. Urban community, you a walking lick. Like you're just someone that's just ready to get fucking on because of how much you're worth. So to think that you can do basic human, so you can't go fuck around without some shit like this, getting out there. You wonder why there's such thing as confidentiality agreements, or there being clause forms to be able to do intimate things. Like it's because of shenanigans like this that again sometimes may create monsters where they feel like they can do whatever the fuck they want, and that's why motherfuckers get Cosby'd and Harvey Weinsteined. But to think and hoping that that he's innocent, because we don't know, what I'm saying, we don't know what's lying behind and what's out there, but it's all too common, unfortunately, right? For there to be some fuck shit involved with it. Do you think that's what we're dealing with here?
So, and it's multi-layered. So real quick, I'll just what they claim happened was that this chick said she was at the hotel suite dressing room for somewhere between 25 to 30 minutes where Chris Brown had his way with her. Then she says she went to another room and another guy had his way with her.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt a train was going on. There should be no doubt about that.
Well, and then she said she went to a third room where she was abused in a third room by someone else. And so the cops are confused because apparently there was 20 or so people in the living room. Like there was a bunch of people there, and she was going from room to room, whatever, so on and so forth. So the thing, though, that just gets murky with all this is that, for one, we are in a society nowadays where we have to be respectful. You gotta be sensitive to. There are some women who have been abused or whatever, and they've been mentally taken advantage of or whatever. And the R. Kelly case is a good example where people are like, "Oh, well, why didn't they just leave?" Well, it's not really that simple when someone kind of gets into your psyche and they kind of have control of you. So you have that level of it. So that it's not always as easy as just leaving. But then on the other side of it, you do have people who are making up stuff, and so you do have that level. Now, the sad part about all this, the thing that I thought, and this is my issue with cancel culture in today's society, is that this came out about Chris Brown. The headline came out, and before anybody before any other information came out, immediately on Twitter, people were canceling him. Oh, cancel him. He's done. Mute, mute R. Kelly, mute Chris Brown, like he's canceled. Like we need more.
So he's coming at a really fucking bad time. Bad timing.
It's bad timing, but also I'm more so of the type of person who I don't get in cancel culture where a headline comes out, a story comes out, and immediately I run with it and I'm like, oh, we need to, get rid of this person. Like we can live in a society where we're the judge, the jury, and the executioner, if you will. A good example of that, the Joe Budden podcast. After the R. Kelly thing happened, the R. Kelly documentary came out. Joe Budden, his podcast, they showed a clip from his podcast on the R. Kelly thing, and people started going in on Joe Budden, like, how dare you, have anything to say about the R. Kelly thing when you, are a domestic violence person or whatever, you've abused women in the past. And so Joe Budden on his podcast had to do like a 40-minute kind of conversation about that, how he got accused by 2 different women for domestic violence, and how both of those cases got thrown out of court. Both of those, like, I got accused of something. We went to trial for both of those. I was found innocent in both of those cases. But yet that still hovers over me that I'm a domestic violence person. And then the question that he asked is, okay, world, so what do we believe? We believe the accusation. And then when a judge and jury gets involved, no matter what they come up with, we're not going to believe that. We're just going to go with the allegation. And so it gets murky when we just start going out for allegations. Because then if that's the case, you could allege anything about anyone and we're just automatically just going to believe that. So you need more evidence. You need a judge, a jury, you need more. We can't just go off of, oh, this is what I heard, so that's what it is. I'm done with that person. They're canceled. We can't do that. we can't be responsible adults and do that. No, we can't do that.
It's because every day is in court, and even though that we have a judge, a jury, and executioners, because of the fast-paced world that we live in with social media, which I guess it really blurs the lines with so much that we have going on in life, is that it's so quick. We are so easily available to make the decisions that we make, because all we need is what we just heard. You know what I'm saying? That's all we need to make an uproar, for that to be the shit in our cereal, or, you know what I'm saying, the piss in our the piss creamer for our coffee. It's able to affect us that quickly. So of course we're able to uproar and start typing away and putting whatever fucking thoughts and negativity that we have out in the world.
And that's the gift and the curse of social media. So the gift, as I always say, is like a lot of people say, oh, we live in such a sensitive time. I don't think we live in a sensitive time. I think we live in a time where more people than ever have a voice now. And so, for instance, the Washington Redskins, we have the controversy where Redskins, that's a slur. So, we have a whole bunch of people like, oh, we need to get rid of that name. They need to change the name from the Washington Redskins. And people are like, oh, people are so sensitive nowadays. No, a lot of people always felt that way. They just didn't have a voice. They didn't have a way to get that information out. I mean, you've never gone anywhere and seen 2 Indians in one place. So it's not a lot of them. You need social media helps get that information out. So then, people could voice an opinion and then other people could be like, you know what? I agree with that. Retweet, so on and so forth. But then the other side of it is then there's an echo chamber where you have a cancel culture. And I see it a lot within, unfortunately, the African-American community where you have people who hop on these bandwagons. It's like, oh, I don't like Chris Brown. Oh, this headline came out about Chris Brown. Hey, cancel him. Oh, okay, my 1,000 followers agree. Oh, see, I'm right. Everyone else is wrong. And again, is Chris Brown a good person? No, he clearly did that with Rihanna back in the day. We ain't forgot that he beat the crap out of Rihanna, and that was a mess. Then he clearly has some cocaine problems, because you can tell by his cheekbones and how skinny it is. Chris Brown is clearly on some cocaine. It has been for some years and all that. So yes, he does have those situations.
Yeah, shout out to Bruno Mars. He got some of the most coked out cheekbones in the game, baby.
Yo, shouts out to them cheekbones, man. That's how you can tell. Check the cheekbones and the bridge of the nose. That's how you can tell.
Ooh.
But yeah, so again, I'm not saying that, oh, Chris Brown is an angel and he should never be accused of anything. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that you just can't cancel everyone the second a headline comes out. And just because you don't like somebody, you can't just keep canceling people, because it's unfair. And then also the other side of it is that, again, with Chris Brown, he did that with Rihanna back in the day or whatever. There's no excuse for that. But also we live in a society where we don't let people grow. And I say you have Chris Brown, you have Justin Bieber, you have a lot of these guys who came into the game at a super young age. I could only imagine if I blew up when I was 17 years old,
Wow.
all the stuff y'all would have seen me go through over the course of 18 years. I know that I have not been an angel, and I know I had a lot of growing up and learning to do. And so I could just imagine growing up in the public eye. Like, you got to give people a chance to grow and learn as people. A lot of us, unfortunately, we're ignorant, and you need to grow up to go through some stuff, to learn some stuff. Like, give people a chance to grow, man. I don't know.
The most millennial shit I've ever seen. The most millennial shit I've ever seen or read in a meme was something about someone saying that, like, I'm so thankful that social media wasn't around when I was growing up, because, you know, you can just imagine the sort of fuck shit that we would see. And again, not to kind of give light to it, but dude, I remember, and again, this isn't me agreeing to it. This is just what was around, like the sex culture being younger. Like, in trains happening, trains, I don't know if that's a typical term, if people understand what that means. That means multiple people having sex with, I mean, not an orgy, because I don't mean everybody with one another. This would mean like a line of one particular sex, had to be males, taking their turn one by one, if not all at once, one by one with, you know what I'm saying, with the girl. And to think of that being something that was commonality, you know what I'm saying, when being young, that's very heavy. To think that there was that girl that would do that, whether because she thought she'd be popular, or because she thought that's what it meant to be liked, or whatever sort of daddy.
Or she just enjoyed it.
Or she just enjoyed it. Let's not be that blind to think that some people just aren't down for that. But a lot of times, especially being younger, and then you wanting access to alcohol or whatever said drug, like, it's a bad combination for so much shit that I heard, and, you know what I'm saying, just of that shit so commonly happening. Can you know what I'm saying? Can you? I know that sounds like nobody wants to incriminate themselves, but that was something that was common, you know, like.
No, and again, and I could just imagine if I grew up with social media, because I recently, this was within the last year, I scrubbed my Twitter and deleted all the tweets that were older than like a year, because I would have old tweets that came up from like 7-8 years ago when I was in my late 20s, and some of the opinions I had, like, I don't even think like that anymore. It was like, really? Whoa, like,
you're
it was,
able to see some of that stuff. I should go back.
Yeah, because there's that I forgot the name of the app, but there's an app that basically every time hop or something like that, and every day
I've used it before.
Yeah. And so every day it shows you your tweets and your Facebook posts and your Instagram stuff from like that day, like X amount of years ago or whatever. And so I would see tweets from like 7-8 years ago. It was like, whoa, like that's completely like out of the realm of how I think nowadays. Cause again, like even like I was super religious back then, marriage is between a man and a woman. And it was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And so all those
like that, I don't believe that.
Yes.
I can't believe that.
Yes. And again, just even with stuff like that or wherever, I'm looking at that and I'm like, whoa, I don't even think like that anymore. And so again, and I was in my late 20s at that time. So I couldn't imagine if I had social media 10 years before that. Oh my God, it'd be so many racist tweets. White people would hate me. If y'all think I'm wild against white people now, you should see how I was growing up. Boy, did I have some bars back then. But again, like you got to give people a chance to grow. You got to give people a chance to grow. And then again, when people commit crimes, yeah, they do need to be held accountable for those crimes and all that. But this cancel culture is crap. Like, you got to give people a chance to grow. If people commit a crime, let them go do the time or whatever and all that. But you can't just, oh my God, this guy did something 15 years ago. There's no way he could ever grow from that. And then again, there are some people, because then people will be like, oh, well, what about Bill Cosby? What about R. Kelly? Apparently there's a history of them doing that their entire lives. So they didn't grow. So they need to be held accountable. Yeah. But if someone made one mistake this amount of years ago or whatever, you can't just keep trying to cancel them every time something else happens. Like, just give people a chance to grow.
I forget what I do on the Soul Papo sessions and the Spick podcast and what we do together. Did we ever talk about Kevin Hart and how he had to give those apologies for those tweets that were apparently homophobic?
No, I didn't talk about any of the Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was on the soul. Yeah,
If you don't mind me kind of going in about that,
yeah,
he,
yeah.
okay, real basic, just like everyone else, you dig up some old tweets, has to apologize for it. Didn't want to at first because this is during the Oscar bullshit, and he figured I've explained myself enough. Why do I got to keep on doing it? Right? That's understandable.
Yeah.
Well, he was on promoting some movie that he did with Bryan Cranston. I forget, it's some kind of dramatic comedy, or it's a drama with a little bit of life notes, which is the reason why you'd put fucking Kevin Hart in a movie. And he goes in, so he's promoting for the movie, and he's on NPR, a show with Terry Gross called Fresh Air, one of my personal favorite fucking things to listen to. And it's a pretty big deal. If you're an NPR fan, you fuck with Terry Gross and Fresh Air. Anyways, he's on there. And this is the kind of show, bro, where you should be, even though in the media world, you should be honored to be, interviewed by her. You know what I'm saying? You should be so fucking lucky. And him, I'm imagining he's taking this like a regular fucking press tour where you got to do 6 to 7 of these a fucking day in each city that you're in, promote, talk about whatever subject people are, want to get them hot button issues. You're tired of hearing it. And you can tell that's the kind of mentality he had. And dude, he was a dick. And it broke my heart because I'm like, you get to talk to the fucking infamous Terry Gross, and she's helping you. She's setting this up like fucking softballs. She's holding it for you to knock out of the fucking park, and you're being closed-minded because you're pissed that you got to do all this again. And she's hitting you with real shit that maybe you might have not thought about. You have the opportunity, bro, for redemption. I'm getting pissed listening to this shit, and I'm using hard R's in my mind. Forgive me, because I'm just upset with you and how you handle this shit. And
Now, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. I gotta simmer down.
No, and I will say, so cancel culture. So Kevin Hart has been canceled with me personally for a long time. Now, again, not
Really?
cancel culture because I don't expect everyone else to cancel him. This is my personal. I don't rock with Kevin Hart. I ain't rock with Kevin Hart like ever. I don't think he's that funny. I've seen a lot of his stand-ups. I've laughed at a couple of them, but it's not enough. Like, oh my god, I could go see this new Kevin Hart. Like, I don't think he's that funny. And that's the reason why. Exactly. And that's the reason why, like, when Kevin or Cat Williams came out and was like, yeah, Kevin Hart's not that funny. Everyone was, oh man, you hating. I was like, no, I agree with Cat. He's not that funny. Like, and he's the same character in all his movies. Like, he has a character that works. So again, I'm not mad.
It's his niche. I ain't hating.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hating, but it's a niche.
And I'm not mad. Other people enjoy him, and I'm not going to be on Twitter like, oh man, you need to stop and listen to Kevin Hart. He's not that funny. Like, no, it's just he's not for me. But
there you go.
That's why, he went on this whole press run and all that because it was old tweets. And then the thing that was funny was because he was like, oh, I'm not apologizing about that again because I apologized before. And that was one of the things that was funny. He didn't ever actually apologize. His apology was more so one of those, I hate that y'all got offended by this. Like, I'm sorry that y'all got offended by it. It wasn't that, oh man, I was thinking incorrectly or whatever. And so it was funny. He went on his whole, I'm not apologizing about my non-apology press tour. And I think in the end, personally, what I just took from it was it showed me everything that I think I need to know about Kevin Hart is that he's a famous megalomaniac or whatever you call it. Like, he's full of himself. And so that's the reason why he was going around.
Not to be, right?
Yeah, and it made sense that he was acting that way while he was on those press tours because it was like, that's what I envision Kevin Hart. He goes, oh, hey, I'm happy, I'm funny, hey. But behind the scenes, he's like, man, hey, fuck all these people. I'm better than all these people, whatever. Like, that's what I take from Kevin Hart. So I wasn't surprised on the press runs because that's what I think of him.
No, all right. And I guess I'll try to bring up the thing that's just the most miscommon that I felt like he should have said to help himself out, take himself out of the hole. Because I don't think it's bullshit, and this is my belief behind it. Because his whole thing was him saying the reason why he said that shit is because he thought it was funny at the time. Yeah, well, no shit, motherfucker. You're gonna think it's funny at the time, so that's your reasoning. But why is it funny? That's what she was asking. Why was it funny at the time that you would think that you would reach to do something so dramatic? Because I guess one of the main things was him hitting his kid over the head with a dollhouse. If he ever, to think that his kid would go gay, like explain to this person who's been in the game, who's a liberal, you know what I'm saying, who sees both sides of the fence, like explain to her why that's so negative or why you wouldn't want it to happen. Not just that it was funny. Why was it funny? You know what I'm saying? What kind of culture did we grow up in? And growing up to think that, again, not that it's, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, and all he had to say, and I'm putting words into his mouth, whatever, but just running a scenario in my head. All he had to say was something to the extent of, you know what? I grew up in a religious household where I grew up
Bam.
where it wasn't cool to be gay, and gay people were sinners who were going to hell. And so I always grew up with this mindset in my head that it was gross what they were doing, it was immoral what they were doing or whatever. And then so as I got older, I had that thought process of, oh man, I'd have to beat the gay out of my kid if they became
Yeah.
gay. But as I got older or whatever, now, I have more gay friends that I've met, and I've realized that this isn't a choice. This is a way that they were born, and so on and so forth. That's all you had to say. That's
Right.
all, something to that extent.
That's it. Or they got
That's
picked on, they
it. I
got
grew
hurt.
up.
People do fuck shit to them. You know what I'm saying? Like they literally would
Yes.
get beaten up damn near to death. Like there's all these reasons why you think like that, and you didn't give it one damn explanation. It made you sound fucking cockheaded, and just every racist bastard who was listening to that shit was definitely using hard R's, just upset with you. You know what I'm saying? By just how you approached it.
Yeah.
And and it sounds fucked up that you have to defend your race every time you're in the public eye, but you kind of do, because there's some people who are looking for ammunition every which way. I don't say that in a hatred sort of way, because I, as a lover of both comedy and also just, you know what I'm saying, people in general, and just wanting to believe that you're doing things out of goodness, like you can't lose sight of that.
And then the other thing that he could have said too, as a comedian, because that's one of the things as a comedian, and even us, I mean, we're not professional comedians, but we're comedians. We do a comedy podcast and we crack jokes about something, and we take some things or whatever where our feelings on it maybe on a 5, and you take it up to a 15 for, comedic effect and all that. And that's the other thing. He could have just been like, you know what? It was a joke, and it was me taking something and taking it to the utmost, because that's what you do with comedy, is you try things. So sometimes you take something to a level and it's like, oh, that wasn't as funny as I thought. I have a joke that I'm not going to repeat, but I cracked a joke one time at work when I worked at G-Dub. And it was a swing and a miss. It was something that, something came up or whatever, and there was a pause or whatever, and I've dropped something for comedic effect, and it was too much. And it was like, oh, okay, well, that was a hit and a miss. Like, okay. Like, it happens, and that's what it is with every joke is, it's a playoff of something. And so that's the other thing. He couldn't even have went to the deep story of being African-American, growing up in a church family or anything like that. He could have just simply, you know what, it was a joke. I was trying to, I was testing something.
The race card. I mean, fuck, but like, give an explanation.
Just do something. So
I don't know. I'm mad at his handlers for not telling him, hey, giving him heads up. Yo, this is kind of a big deal. People are gonna get headlines off of this particular one. People can get headlines off of anything, but you're on this plateau that's gonna most certainly get talked about, man.
Yeah.
So
but anyway, fuck Kevin Hart. No, and something else that I know you're passionate about, because I think you got more information on it than me. We talked during the last podcast about the Hacienda Healthcare sexual assault, whereas a woman that had been in a vegetative state for like 14 years, and all of a sudden she gave birth, and she wasn't Mary and Joseph and Jesus weren't around. So how did she get pregnant?
Listen,
it came out.
The original story, which I think was the most tripped out part about, is the fact that what we originally heard, there was, I don't know if it's like a hospice care or what exactly that it is, but there's a woman in vegetative state, which means that she's just laying there. She can't move. At first we didn't know whether or not she can respond to shit at all. Nothing. We think of vegetable. And supposedly she had been there for 14 years. She's 30 years old, 29, maybe going on 30 years old. Supposedly been there for 14 years. No. So just to think, someone being in hospital 14 years ends up pregnant. How the fuck is that possible, right? No, it's a little bit worse, at least in my opinion. She's been there since the age of 3. I don't know what kind of life that is.
Oh my God.
Bro, I don't know what kind of life that is. And I know it sounds terrible to ever want to euthanize someone or to, put someone down. But if you're going to be in a vegetative state, I understand it takes a lot of hope to want to believe that one day they'll grow up. But since the age of 3, like to jump 27 years into the future, and then I imagine still be, Lord knows what she can comprehend, or try if she can't move any muscles. Although supposedly then we realize she can wiggle a toe, like, and you kind of think Kill Bill, oh, that bitch Uma Thurman, she wiggled her toe and fucking made it out that bitch and driving into a pussy wagon. You know what I'm saying? No, and it's fucked up because there's actually a scene where the same shit happened to her, and so it's just messed up that she's been there for that long. She's literally grown in that fucking bed. I don't know if the same bed, I don't know if they replace it, but you know what I'm saying? In that damn hospital. Or no. She's been there for 14 years at that facility. So the first 14 years of her life, Lord knows what facility she was in, and Lord knows what they would have done to her there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I think that's the most messed up thing about it. We'll come to find out that a fucking Christian rapper by the name of
Sorry, I didn't
last
laugh.
Is it? What are you laughing about?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. There was a Christian rapper that did this.
I'm like, oh Lord, why? Out of all professions, and this dude looks like he could be a street pastor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know if they fucked him up or he just has a lazy eye. But when I saw the picture of this mugshot, I'm thinking, dude, they must have fucked him up real good. When they found out this was the guy, because technically, okay, and I'm kind of jumbling around. This lady had a baby. Baby has DNA. They're able to DNA test the damn baby and tie it to someone. His DNA match. Now, I know this sounds fucked up, but and sure, it only takes one time of having sex to get pregnant. But under most circumstances, depending on when they're menstruating, depending on when they're ovulating, right? Like that all comes into play, right? When it comes, to get pregnant. So it probably wasn't just one time that this happened. And I imagine, unfortunately, this shit might have been happening for Lord knows how long, and how long she might have been.
I just want to know if the baby came out spitting bars in the name of Jesus, and that's how it was. Oh, it was that dude. It was a Christian rapper, man. He's the bars of Jesus.
No, but he's most certainly a. No, I'm not kidding you, dude. This is this. What are your don't switch it up just yet, man. I got to know your take on that. It's
well, no,
crazy
yeah. I was bringing up the article because they Christian rapper, he's in a group called Sleepless Soldiers, which apparently they were sleepless. I see what he was doing up late at night.
The reason why he was praying for so damn long, he was guilty.
Oh my God. And so this guy got called, so on and so forth. He's 36 years old. At the end of the day, that's like horrible. And that's one of the things too, going back to the Chris Brown and the rape thing, because I remember what was it? What is his name? Joyner Lucas had said something that I didn't agree with when the Chris Brown thing first came out, that he allegedly raped someone, and Joyner Lucas was like, "Oh, that's absurd. Yeah, Chris Brown can have any girl in the world. Why would he try to rape some?" It's not about looks or anything like that, clearly, because this dude, this is about power. This chick can't move, and so, oh man, I can go ahead and take advantage of this situation. But it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess, and I don't have a lot. Like, I don't know what else to say other than look at this Christian rapper who was molesting vegetables in his free time. Like, I don't know. Like, this is absurd. This, again, simulation theory. We are in a computer generated reality that has a virus, and this thing is slowly unweaving and falling apart. This is just more evidence.
Yeah, look at that mugshot. So looking at that mugshot, you figure, oh, maybe they fucked him up. No, apparently that's just how he looks. But
that's crazy.
And I'm just wondering, I hope he doesn't try to go hard in the streets, no snitches, getting stitches. I hope he snitches everybody out. And this turns out to be a thing that maybe might have, I don't know, there might be like an underground, you know what I'm saying? What's the word for it? Cult?
I know. They may have a thread on Reddit that they share these stories on. There's no telling.
Because you know how many fucking torture porn there is, and like that's like the epitome of it. And I know it's fucked up to think, but I'm reminded of that scene in Kill Bill where the fucking Adam Sandler's cockeyed friend was in there trying to fucking have his way with Uma Thurman, and the dude, I don't know how much he charged, but gave him a fucking jar of Vaseline. You know what I'm saying? Because he made some kind of joke about cooch being drier than the Mojave Desert or something fucking ridiculous, and it makes you wonder, dude.
Oh, that's horrible.
the shit that we're getting away with saying, that we're showing. And yeah, Tarantino's a controversial, you know what I'm saying, director, but like and I feel bad because he's one of my favorites, but he's definitely one of the king of all creeps. And to think that he was publishing those movies under the wing of Harvey Weinstein is like, come on now, there is a fucking trail, my friend. Those breadcrumbs.
All I gotta say, because I hate Quentin Tarantino with a passion. I could honestly say there's not too many movies of his that I've actually enjoyed, and I can't wait until at some point in his career when the shit comes out, all the nasty, crazy stuff that he's been doing, and when they Harvey Weinstein him, because his day is coming too. I know that there's some skeletons in that closet.
Definitely, but you know why he's not? Because Woody Allen still is doing his thing. So if Woody Allen can survive, Tarantino can survive. And it's fucked up to say that, but that's the reality that I understand it to be.
And what's Tarantino's new? Does he have a new movie that's coming out soon?
Charles Manson movie.
Yes. Yo, so as the joke goes, is Quentin Tarantino is always he finds a way to drop the N-word, hard R, in every single movie that he does. And someone on Twitter was like, oh, he's doing a Manson movie, there's no way he's going to squeeze any N-words in there. It's like Charles Manson was trying to start a race war. There is definitely going to be some N-words in that movie without a shadow of a doubt. That's what Tarantino does. He researches, man, what's another aspect I could tackle to use the N-word? Oh, the race war. Oh, I'm there. Oh my God! So,
because I'm a fan of film, and if you're a fan of film, you have to be a fan of Tarantino. Unfortunately,
he's trash.
And
personal opinion.
What'd you say?
I say it's trash, but personal opinion.
I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that a hoe from the trailer park can't be Miss America. You know what I'm saying? And that's trailer trash. But anyways, as far as I'm forgetting the train of thought, every time you see a Tarantino movie with Samuel L. Jackson, in which he's in most of his movies, if not damn near all of them, of course, Samuel L. Jackson's going to drop the N-word. But he hardly uses a hard R unless it's for whatever dramatic purpose, right? Regardless, though, in the subtitles, they make sure to throw in that hard R in there just so that you don't know or get it confused with, you know what I'm saying, a term of endearment.
Just so you know, we got the subtitles in there for, just to drive it home, give you a visual effect, just in case you thought they said something else. No, this is what hard R. That's what we're saying.
But it's like they'll use slang. Other slang that people use in the movie, it will be directly quoted as that slang word. They just got to go hard R. I don't know if that's like a skilled screen skill. What is it? The Screen Guild Awards. I don't know if it's like a thing that they have to use that word just so people don't get it confused with terms of endearment. But that sucks.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I know, and actually, and speaking of hard R, your boy Ed Buck apparently is into hard R men and all kinds of, I don't know what's going on, but you see he's getting questioned because now a second dead man has popped up in his house over the course of the last 2 years.
How is that? Conspiracy?
So it gets a little deeper. It appears that Ed Buck is into the homosexuality, and apparently, as the story goes, let me see. So the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said it received a 911 call shortly after 1 a.m. on Monday from a person who claimed that a man inside a West Hollywood apartment had stopped breathing and could not be resuscitated. Now, they at the time hadn't figured out the man's how he died, but they did come out that it was an adult black man. And so from what I heard, throughout the day, they demanded justice for him and another black man who was found naked and dead of a drug overdose in the mattress in Buck's living room in July 2017. So to make a long story short, what it sounds like is going on is that Ed Buck, have you heard of, I think it's called P&P, pump and play, or pipe and play. It's something like that, where essentially they get together, you do drugs together and have sex with each other. Apparently Ed Buck Yeah, apparently Ed Buck, 2 years in a row, has had a black male come over to his house. They've apparently gotten high and they're getting it on, and it appears that both instances, where there may be more, but at least these two incidences, those black men OD'd, and so apparently Ed Buck likes to bring men in, get them high, and they do what they do, and these men are dying, and for some reason Ed Buck is still not in jail for this.
You know what makes me wonder if the racism goes that fucking deep, where of course it has to be a big man dingo of a man that either he dominates or, you know, gets dominated on at first, and then again he lets his aggression out and fucking takes him out completely, and that be the sick twisty game, and just, you know, these people, they're replaceable, you know what I'm saying, or what's the word, yeah, replaceable, terminatable,
Something like
expendable.
that. And it's funny because he's Buck is definitely the bottom in these scenarios, I'm imagining, because he's
Think so?
64 and apparently both these men have been 26. Like, if you're getting 20-year-old black man, you're trying to let them do what they do. Because like, if it was just you just getting it in, it'd be any black man. But you're looking for the viral ones, the ones that still have that Samsonite semen pumping through their bloods. Like, so yeah, Buck, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, this guy, somebody needs to look into this. But apparently, yeah, he's contacting them through dating apps and paying for them to fly to LA to see them. And yeah, he's
Fucking
flying them
room and
in.
board involved, holy lord.
Room, board, meth, all of it. Yeah. So yo,
Fucking
it's
their heart explodes, and he wants to be there to look into their eyes, you know, as it fucking this is happening. Oh god.
he calls the cops. I don't know what happened, but these black men just keep appearing in my living room dead naked. I have no idea what's happening.
I don't know how that got there.
He showed up that way. I don't know what happened. He just snuck in my window to die.
Why does my mouth smell like semen? What? What? That's not the point, sir.
Like, no, that's his new mouthwash I'm trying. What you talking about? What you trying?
Whitener.
What you talking about?
I don't know why it smells like Clorox.
Now, yo, we got to take it to space. You know, again, I don't know what's going on in the world and the galaxy, but it seems like every week or two we're getting more space stories. These space stories seems to be ramping up for some reason. Something's definitely going on. Could the aliens be soon here? I don't know. But all I do know is that apparently Canadian scientists just picked up a repeated radio signals. Oh, yeah, it's moving slow. Repeated radio signals coming from a galaxy 1.5 billion light years away. We're getting radio signals. You know how we send radio signals out saying, hey, SOS, anybody out there? Is anyone out there? Apparently, we got some sent back to us that we're trying to decipher.
Yo, the crazy part about this is that we've been getting these, and I don't know if we figured shit out yet, but they keep on coming. So it's like, you know, who knows how long.
It's been weird because we've gotten a couple where it's like if they haven't repeated, so it's like that was a radio. It seems like a radio signal, but it didn't repeat, so there's no way to test it to confirm. But this is now only the second time where it's been repeated signals. Like it's like, oh no, this is not a fluke. This is radio signals. It is coming from the same area. It does keep hitting us, and it's been large number of blasts over a few weeks have been hitting us from 1.5 billion light years away. So. Yeah, because it says the breakthrough is only the second time since scientists have been seeing such a repeating radio burst. It both deepens the mystery and offers a potential opportunity to finally understand what might be throwing out the burst from a galaxy billions of light years away. Fast radio bursts have been speculated to be the result of everything from exploding stars to transmissions from aliens, but they have remained entirely mysterious with little evidence at all of where they might be coming from. The flashes only last for a few milliseconds, but they are flung out with the same amount of energy the sun takes 12 months to produce. So something is sending us super strong radio signals. I don't know. And I always wonder too, like a theory, just a theory that I have in my mind. Because, you know, we talk about how the galaxy is just so quiet. And what if the galaxy, the universe is just so super quiet? Because what if there is some type of bad aliens that they go around and they conquer planets and they kill and destroy planets and all that. And maybe the universe is quiet because these other planets are aware of that. And so the key to survive is to be super quiet, so this damn thing can't find you to kill you. And then what if Earth is just being super loud? Hey man, look at us. Hey man, look at us. Radio burst. Hey man, look at all this trash we're putting out in the universe. And the other like planets is like, hey nigga, shut up. Like, hey nigga, shut up. They coming. Like, hey, keep it down. Oh my God, why is Earth so loud? Keep it down, or they coming. That's just the scenario that I play in my head, is that's what's going on.
And we had to have been doing that for at least 70 years, right? Like, think about it, since at least the 50s, right?
Yeah.
Weren't cell phones first used in World War II? Like the first little kind of type of them. So we've been shooting shit, and imagine the fucking radio since late 1800s. So like, or early 1900s, whatever it is. Like, we've been shooting our shots like that randomly, without measure, without. I mean, who knows? Who knows what the government actually knows and what they do try to circumvent. Hopefully they're doing shit smarter, but at the same time, if there's always something more advanced and something more bigger out there, who the fuck are we to know? And we talked about this before, the fact that it's so far away, so however many light years away, like, who knows where they're at now that we're just getting the signal? Or do you feel like we would see it incoming, right?
Well, no, and that is the thing, is that, yeah, if it's 1.5 billion light years away, I think technically that means that it had to have been sent close to 1.5 billion years ago, if not longer, because I don't know if radio signals move as quick as light. But light is the fastest thing that we know of. So at least 1.5 billion years ago, these radio signals came from there. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This whole thing is weird. And I find it especially weird. It seems like it could be just how my brain is putting all this together. It seems like since that, it seems like since they showed up, we've been getting a lot of space stories. A lot has been going on in space over the course of the last year. I don't know what it means, man.
So if all these things that we see moving around is from within our galaxy, right? Because obviously we see it poke its head in there like a fucking shit out of an asshole, or a finger into the butt, whatever side of the stick you sit on. I'm just wondering, like, again, the signals again could be from hella long ago. But if you imagine, since we're now getting the fucking signal, and now that we're seeing this, and that signal may have come from a long time ago, they may have been from that long time ago, and they're here, and they're just taking a look. And I wonder if it was a certain thing of, okay, they had to dip their head into the galaxy just to see, if we're as loud as we think we are, all they gotta do is pop their head into the store and yell for us, and hear however it is that, I don't know if I'm using the right equations, but poke the head in, they can see, and like, all right, we're not ready yet, and just dip the fuck out. Do you think that's possible? Do you think that they had it?
Because that is one of the scenarios that people say, is that the aliens are aware of us, but the aliens haven't communicated with us because we're not advanced enough. And the theory, which does make sense, is okay, you as a human, you're walking down the street. You see an ant mound with a whole bunch of ants on it. Do you get down on the ground and communicate with those ants? No, it's insignificant. Like, you keep going. Like, okay, it's just some dumb ants over there. Look at them building their dumb little thing and moving leaves and stuff. Like, you ain't worried about them.
The ant part. We're a little past the ant part.
Well, so in our minds, but to them, if they're exploring the galaxy and all that, and they're like, oh, look at them. They're still using cell phones. Freaking idiots. Like, we communicate from brain to brain over here. Like, they're so behind us or whatever. But us as humans, if we walk past ants and we just see an ant mound and they're moving leaves and all that, we're going to walk past them. But let's say you're walking down the street and you see the ant mound and they're throwing a concert and these two ants is having a rap battle. You're like, hey man, these guys is advanced. What y'all doing, man? Y'all got some bars over there. Like, we're going to communicate with them, because it's like, oh, y'all on our level. Like, oh man, he's slinging cell phones out there. Like, man, that ant is real, man.
Y'all slinging fresh dick for $60 as well. Hey,
yeah, I mean, be like, oh man,
2019.
this ant is on my page. And so that's the theory, is the reason why the aliens aren't communicating with us, because we're still just a bunch of dumb monkeys. Like, okay, yeah, y'all got buildings and stuff, but man, have y'all been to the edge of the black hole? Man, we go in black holes and back. What you talking about? Light years, man. We off that.
That's kindergarten, son.
That's kindergarten, man. My kid learned how to build a black hole in first grade, man. What y'all talking about out here, man? Y'all ain't on our level, so I don't know. It's a
that's what makes me wonder too, because you figure with the way that our galaxies are developed right now, all these little random shits of gas that are in planets that are around. We got what, 9 or 12, right? I forget how many we have that are
what planets?
known. Planets are in our solar system.
Well, 8, but the 9th one we're looking for, since Pluto doesn't count anymore.
Yeah. In that same regard, like, it makes you wonder, we're neighboring planets. We should probably be, I mean, again, it takes a time for them to develop into what it's supposed to be, but you'd figure that we would have not only the technology, but also to be in a sort of realm where all the molecules and all the matter, whatever the fuck is interconnected, to where we're all able to live around and truly be neighbors into our own planets. You'd figure, if by the promises that were in the Bible about, you know, our seeds spreading like the stars in the sky, and literally the stars are just gas, right? Gas can be a fucking planet. So literally to where we're neighboring each other, where it would kind of bounce and forth. One, you'd figure we'd hit that level before we would be able to tread off into other galaxies or solar systems, or however the fuck this shit works. I don't know if that makes any sense, or
no, that makes sense.
Because you figure if we're gonna evolve, it would be from being able to hop from planet to planet to then, okay, let's, like how they say in Star Trek, going far beyond, you know. Have a fucking say.
So there's this scientist, he's like astrophysicist or something like that, named Michio Kaku or something like that. He's the Japanese guy. Yeah, he's a famous Japanese guy. And so I don't know if this is his theory or if he's just the one that's made it popular or whatever, but there's these different type of civilizations, if you will. And so you have like a type 1 civilization who they function just off of the natural resources in their on their planet. So they get all their power from the sun and from the wind and all that. They are not taken from the earth. They just get all their power from how they're in tune with their planet and how their planet moves. That's how they get their power. Then there's a type 2 planet. And this type 2 planet, what they do is they take the power directly out of the sun, and that's how they fuel their civilization or whatever. They take power directly from the sun, and that's how, you know, they're able to power all these different planets within their galaxy or whatever, so on and so forth. Then you have like a type 3 civilization who would be able to harness the energy from all the suns and all their neighboring galaxies, and that's how they have so much power, so on and so forth. And we're a type 0 planet because we're still sucking stuff out of the planet. We're still killing the planet to make us, you know, survive, so on and so forth. And so that is the theory, is that that's how that would work, is you would first be a 1 planet civilization that you're taking stuff from your planet, and that's how you're surviving. Then you would move to type 1 where you're, you know, in tune with the planet. Then you're a multi-planet species where, okay, now all the places that are habitable within your solar system, you're using all those planets or whatever. And then eventually you become a multi-galaxy where you're going to other solar systems and so on and so forth. So, that is the theory, that eventually, before you can start actually exploring space and all that, your species would probably be on a whole bunch of different planets, moving through all these different planets and all that. And we ain't even fucking left Earth yet. We still trying to figure out how we're going to put cotton on the moon and how we're going to put potatoes on Mars. So we're still kind of super far, not ready to do any of this stuff. So
it's unfortunate, but it's reality.
It's a reality.
Again, unless someone just can give a fuck, comes by, BYOB, Outcast song, Bring Your Own Bombs, you know what I'm saying? And or no, that's the System of the Down song. I forget. But yeah.
No, bombs over Baghdad.
Oh yeah. No. Something about
bombs over Baghdad. Hey, don't do dance unless you can. Yeah.
Dance. Yo, shout out to Big Boy. Not giving a fuck about coonery and taking his shooting a shot since they go be in Atlanta playing the Super Bowl.
Yo, it's actually funny, real quick, that you brought that up, because I got invited to a Super Bowl party by my stepbrother. The whole fam bam is supposed to be going over to their house for the Super Bowl party, and I am someone who I don't fuck with the NFL, and I was like, no, I'm cool. And he was like, man, come on, you got to come through. through, you got to come through. So I said, okay, I'll come through for the Super Bowl party, but I am not looking at that TV. I'll bring a laptop or something else. So I'm going to a Super Bowl party, but I don't give a damn about the NFL or the football. They can kiss my ass. I boycotted football a long time ago, even before the Colin Kaepernick things happened, when all them trying to ignore all the CTE stuff that was going on. I boycotted the NFL back then. And so just the whole black situation later on just kind of added to it. But yeah, it was funny that you brought that up.
So you gonna take that stance?
With Big Boy. Yeah, I ain't watched the NFL. It's been like 4 or 5 years since I've watched any type of game. You definitely
don't watch Big Boy though, right? Sing with Maroon 5.
I'm not, and I'm especially not watching the Super Bowl party. All these niggas cooning. Oh, hey, yeah, let me sing and dance for you, Mr. White Man.
And then Travis Scott's gonna be in there, so it's gonna be lit. Or however them youngins say. I wonder if they're gonna do something. Look, what if Big Boy brought Andre 3000? That would never happen, but what if?
That would be tough. Because there's 3 stacks, and he's like a blue moon. He doesn't come very often, so I don't know.
Like a fucking blood wolf moon every 18 years.
I may look out of one eye, like, man, y'all ain't getting both my eyes. I'm gonna look out this one, see what 3 stacks is doing. Now
I started laughing too, man. Yeah, Cardi B trying to take a stance. I'm only gonna work if they give me $1 million.
Yo, one thing.
God bless you, baby.
One thing I will say is I am becoming even a bigger fan of Cardi B. I don't know what it is, but I love political Cardi B. Political Cardi B is something, I don't know what she needs a show on CNN or something, because yo, she's going. Bro, she is going in on the government and on Trump. She told Tommy Lauren she was going to dog walk her. Like, I love political Cardi B.
I had to make it smile.
Oh my God, I love it. She was like, and it was funny too, because when she said that she was going to dog walk Tommy Lauren, people were talking about, I bet Urban Dictionary, I bet it's a bunch of white people on Urban Dictionary, like, oh my God, what is dog walking? Like, she means she's gonna beat her ass. That's what that means, white people. Like,
is that what that
dog
means?
walk. That's what dog walk means. I'm gonna put hands on you. And so shouts out to Cardi, man. I love political Cardi. I hope she don't stop, can't stop, won't stop, because she is definitely a better Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj needs to just go all the way away. So yeah, shouts out to Cardi. I'll rock with her.
Really quickly, you said can't stop, won't stop. I think Diddy, but then I also think Rockefeller. Cause remember, wasn't there a song "Can't Stop, Won't Stop"? Rockefeller Records.
The Young Guns. Yeah,
that was Young Guns. Okay.
Yeah,
but the "Can't Stop, Won't Stop" wasn't that a Diddy thing originally, or was that just a song where he goes "Can't Stop, Won't Stop"?
No, yeah. So he had the song. I want to say it was called "Can't Stop, Won't Stop," and it was the sample because it was him and "Hold Me Down." It was the "Can't Hold Me Down." I want to say that was also called "Can't Stop, Won't Stop." But yeah, so it initially was a Bad Boy thing, and then later on, Rockefeller with Young Guns had "Can't Stop, Won't Stop." Rockefeller Records, we can get down because we can get down. Yeah. Yeah.
Early 2000s, man. Those were the times. Yo, all right. The reason why that kind of bled into my mind right now is because supposedly Kanye suing Rockefeller Records to trying to get some of them back royalties. He's scratching at the bottom of the barrel. You barely doing this? I don't know if you had to wait so many years until a build up, but I mean, come on now.
I don't know what to say about Kanye and what's going on with Kanye. And if Rockefeller does owe money, please pay that man his money. Yeah. But I'm also just concerned that, again, he just seems like a walking publicity stunt right now. Yeah. I don't know. There's
definitely a reason why Jay-Z wanted to step away from that. As private as the lives that he lives with Beyonce and whatnot, like, there's no doubt why he doesn't want to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Because coming over, bringing the kids over means cameras.
And another good example of that is that Jay-Z and Beyonce both are super big on energy. And so there's the whole thing about how Jay-Z and Beyonce didn't come out publicly about their relationship until after they had been together for like damn near 10 years and finally got married. And part of the reason was there was a famous interview of Jay-Z. It was maybe in the first few years of him and Beyonce talking. And they had interviewed Jay-Z and they were like, yo, so, is you and Beyonce, dating or whatever? and Jay-Z wouldn't confirm or deny it or whatever. And they were like, oh yeah, like if you guys are like, wouldn't you want everyone to know? And then Jay was like, well, no. He was like, think about this. He was like, when you're in a relationship and you come from the projects, you're in a relationship. He was like, you and somebody else in the projects is dating, and he was like, everybody in your projects, know about your relationship. He was like, how much bad energy are they putting into that relationship? He was like, how many people was hating on you? Like, oh, I hope they break up, or trying to throw all kinds of bad mojo on you guys. And he's like, that's just in the projects. He was like, now he's like, consider that you're famous and it's people all around the world that know your relationship. He was like, do you want all that energy on you? And it was like, that's deep. Like, didn't think about it like that. And they're very big on energy. And Kim Kardashian has a very superficial energy, and Kanye has a very just sporadic, just all over the place. And there's a reason why you don't want that. I don't want that energy. Like, keep that away from me until y'all can figure all that out. So, So yeah, I ain't mad at Jay. Like,
I guess that makes a whole lot of sense, and it's fucked up, but that's again, it is what it is, and that's why the laws of attraction or the laws of power, you gotta you don't keep that shit around you.
Exactly.
As unfortunate as it is.
Speaking of energy, before we get out of here, one more big energy situation. So, do you remember? I want to say it was a year or two ago where these people at a Cuban embassy were getting sick. It was these U.S. embassies that were all over the place, and these people feared that a sonic attack was happening. They were hitting with some type of sonic waves, and they were getting headaches, and they were throwing up, and they were getting sick, and these people kept having to...
They called it out as a sonic attack. It's been 2 years? Holy shit, yeah.
It was a year or two. I can't remember exactly how long ago it was, but scientists are coming out and saying, hey, guys, it wasn't a sonic attack. It was crickets.
Yeah, just how there's no pigeons in the world and it's all fucking radioactive shit. Please believe that crickets had some kind of amplification system and they booty holes.
Crickets. We talking about crickets. Crickets. Not sonic attacks. Not sonic weapons aimed at U.S. officials. We talking about crickets. We talking about crickets, Papo.
A whole lot, man. You put in a good, 23 million to a couple 100,000 crickets in one spot. It gonna get rowdier than a motherfucker for sure.
OMG. And apparently it was a couple years ago. So a number of U.S. diplomats and their families in Cuba reported hearing bizarre noises in 2016, 2017, and experienced a range of symptoms such as dizziness, vertigo, and pain ringing in the ears. And the U.S. Department of State officials, they were saying that it was sonic devices, but apparently in 2017, they obtained and released the first public reported audio sample, and they've checked those audio samples of the buzzing and grinding metal and piercing squeals, and apparently it was the echo calls of a cricket. So no need to worry. No one has sonic weapons and are not attacking us. Just crickets are awfully loud, and you can get vertigo from crickets.
Yo. Sonic waves are no joke. We can use that to look inside of buildings. Let's not sleep on the fact. Actually, how do you take this as? Do you take it as fuckery, or can you, like, them just trying to cover up? Because we know they be doing testing and shit out in Cuba, fucking missiles and whatnots. Come on now. But so it could be radioactive crickets.
Yo, them radioactive crickets, they were in that same pool of water that Blinky from The Simpsons with the third eye. That's where them crickets came from. It came from that same pond. No, my honest opinion on all this would be, okay, let's say that the U.S. government did find out that some other country had sonic weapons. Do they want the general public to know that?
Fuck no.
Wouldn't it be mass hysteria if it came out that, oh my God, these other countries have sonic weapons, they're using sonic weapons on us? People will lose their shit. So of course you would want to then kind of, oh no, guys, don't be scared. It's this. Hey, no, it's not that. It's this. Like, again, the government is only going to tell you what they have to tell you. Because again, you want to control the people. You don't want mass hysteria. You don't want people losing their ish. That's the whole theory of, if aliens were on their way, the government will probably wait to the last minute before they tell us, because you don't want mass hysteria. You don't want civilization to break down and people stop going to work and, stop paying taxes and all that. Like, no, we need this to keep going. So we're going to wait until that very last minute. Be like, oh shit, the aliens is right around the corner. My bad. I forgot to tell you. You saw this shit like 20 years ago. They was slowly approaching, inching at 8 8 miles per hour, and we wanted that tax money before. We had to build these bunkers before we let y'all know. We over there in the Ozarks, we safe now, and now I'll let you know. Ain't no room in the bunkers, so y'all got to figure that out. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yo, there's some kind of I guess virus that's happening at like around the Lake Michigans, like because Lake Michigan, it doesn't interconnect like near the Flint water and all that shit. There's a known virus that had been affecting the largemouth bass or bass, whatever they're called, and you might get that fucking third eye pretty soon because we know they contain a virus and that's causing. I can't confirm it to the fucking polio like shit that's happening in the other higher part of the East Coast, yeah, and like in New Jersey, like kids are getting fucking polio like shits where they're fucking dying. Polio has been something that we've shit on for a long time ago already. Kids are dying, like falling dead over some feverish sort of shit and like dying over it. Like it's the plague is real.
And the scariest part about the plague, the part that a lot of people don't think about is, okay, so global warming is happening, polar ice caps are melting and all that. You go to a hospital, and why is a hospital cold? A hospital is super cold to help diseases not spread around.
Right.
So then think about if you have an old ancient disease, it can get trapped inside of ice and it cannot move. Global warming happens, the ice is melting, diseases could be coming back. So the whole Ebola thing, oh my God, Ebola just popped up in Texas. Where did that come from? That could have came from one of these icebergs that melted. We don't know what's in those icebergs.
Fucking A. This is the way the world kind of refleshes itself out. Because you're right, and there actually was black plague in one of these ice things. Had some kind of mosquito that was perfectly, whatchamacallit. Think about mosquitoes.
Frozen.
Fucking get into our blood. They sting us. They pass around and go on and on. And it's just, and then it can become something that's in the air. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got to fucking contaminate. What is it when they quarantine fucking, sectors? Yeah. Like that shit is for real, nigga. Resident Evil 2, which has just been remade, is coincidentally fucking re-emerging itself as, the disease in which we see it as. That's scary.
Oh, it's coming to an end, Papo. It's coming to an end.
Call the gods, let them know, we didn't mean for this shit to happen. We didn't know it was gonna get to this point, and it's not fair to judge us over the fucking 1%ers. You know what I'm saying, that are there making the calls. I don't think so.
Don't blame the 99% for the issues that the 1% caused, and the only way that we could combat the world coming to an end is me and Papo, who are here trying to save the world, is that we dig back into the ancient Abrahamic religions of sacrifice and the ancient Aztec religions where we present sacrifices to the gods and say, look at these wonders from this world.
We give this to you.
Please forgive us. Let me give this back to you so it can live forever. And please forgive us.
Look, listen, I want the monies. I want to be able to live off what we're doing right here. And that's all selfish and good. But to keep us alive, because I think it was in the Old Testament, I don't know if it was Abraham and Lot, or I think it was Lot. Lot was chilling in Las Vegas, right? I mean, Sodom and Gomorrah. And I'm saying, guys, like, look, give me just 5 motherfuckers that are good-hearted, you know what I'm saying? And we might make y'all live. I may not be one of those good-hearted folk, but I'm pretty sure we got at least 5, you know what I'm saying, that are out there.
At least. That's what we hoping. And so just to make sure
again, in was it inflection rates or infraction rates? What is it, like? What's that word?
Inflection, yeah, or inflation.
I know with inflation rates that might kind of smudge the numbers a little bit, but still, Lord,
forgive us. So on that note, I think it's about that time for dedication.
Let me hit it raw, please, but don't give me no STD. Matter of fact, I can't trust y'all, but still, dedication.
Fresh dick on mine. Ooh, now, your boy, I got 2 dedications this week. Ooh. I got dos dedications.
I guess I can match that if you're trying to be all. Why are you trying to throw somebody into the fire? We don't need that much forgiveness, do we? I guess we do.
Now, actually, so my 2 dedications actually came from the same show. I recently started watching a show that comes on NBC, and I shall share this for the public. Shouts out to The Rock, who started the Titan Games. Have you seen this on NBC?
No.
Oh, my God.
Like a gladiator joint?
it's like the new American Gladiators, and it's hosted by The Rock, and it's all these like super intense like games. It's basically it's American Gladiators 2.0, but the stuff that they're doing on this is like mad intense. Like it's very super endurance stuff or whatever. Super dope. Comes on NBC every Thursday, I believe. Yeah, every Thursday. And so me and the family started watching the Titan games, and the first episode that we watched, it was like a 2-hour episode, and my two dedications, of course, come from the Titan games. It was the first two women to win on the Titan games. And so I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen as my first dedication goes to uh, Emily Inzulis. I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's nicknamed the Pit Bull. She's passionate martial artist, and she's the first female Titan. And yo, this chick is badass. Here's some videos of her motherfucking working out. This is her getting her back game in shape or whatever. But yeah, she was the first chick ever to win on the Titan games. And yeah, this is her. One of the things wherever is these 150-pound slats that you got to push up on a 45-degree incline. As you push them, you got to end up pushing like 4 or 5 of them wherever. So it's like 500 pounds worth of stuff that you're pushing up this Olympus mountain or whatever. And yo, she was just mad dope. And just some of the stuff that they have to do on this show. Shouts out to her with the Martin Luther King dedication right there.
What did she quote?
She quoted, what was this for King? We have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great to bear a burden. Shouts out to her on motherfucking Martin Luther King Day. Even more of a reason for me to love her.
Did you get that?
Yo, actually, it's funny. I had that day off, but I only had that day off because it was the day after the marathon.
Oh, hey, wasn't that a blessing? Hey,
yeah, you know,
hey, your brother was out there, you know what I'm saying, marching. You was out there running.
Yeah, I was out there running for my people, man. That's how we do it. And actually, real quick, so here's some video. Looks like from the site.
Ronda Rousey.
Yo, and she does. And yo, so this is the Olympus Mountain.
Like a bull.
And yeah, that's why they call her the Pit Bull. And they're showing all the other people, whatever. I only cared about her. But yeah, anyway, it's a super dope competition, wherever. This is Emily right here. And yeah, so yeah, she's mad dope, super strong, whatever. She overcame a lot.
She looks so like Photoshop because she has such like a Midwestern girl face with just this fucking Olympic, you know what I'm saying? Like body, yeah.
Yeah, and here's her going up, climbing a rope without the legs, just all upper body strength or whatever, yo. So, yeah, shots out to her. She did her damn thing or whatever.
She must give a mean hand job.
Yo, I mean, one of the best. Got to. And my second dedication, which is from the same exact show, and this one actually pulled on my heartstrings.
Ejaculation.
Is yo, shouts out to Charity Witt, who was the second woman to win on the Titan Games, and also her, another dope competitor, another super cut up strong or whatever. Now, her story, of course, hit close to home because Charity Witt is someone who went through open heart surgery. Oh. She was unhealthy and she had to have open heart surgery, and they were going to put her on a pacemaker. And she was like, I don't want to live life with a pacemaker.
Deadlifting. This bitch had a pacemaker put in. She's deadlifting. Oh my God.
No. So she didn't have a pacemaker put in. She was like, I don't want to live, with a pacemaker. She was like, basically like, how can I get around this? And they were like, okay, well, you essentially you got to get in shape. Your heart is a muscle. You got to train that heart. And so she started hitting the gym every single day. She became super, super athletic person or wherever. And she was the second woman to win on the Titan Games. And so shouts out to her. Here's just, this is doubles and back offsets of 10. This is her just working out, just doing the damn thing. And so shouts out to her. Hart was a mess, which I could sympathize. I also had open heart surgery, and I didn't go as hard as she did, but yo, shouts out to her. Anything's possible.
Her footing's crazy.
Yo, I know.
Yeah, but I definitely know I'd be doing shit the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean,
so
shouts out to Charity Witt and Emily and Zulus or whatever for being the first Titan women. It's dope too, because what they're doing is like each episode is like a game, and then they're gonna go through like 8 weeks, and so there'll be like 8 men and 8 women, and then the season finale is like a big Titan thing where all 8 of the winners are gonna compete against each other to see who's the king and queen of Titan or whatever. But yeah, it's super dope. Comes on NBC every Thursday or whatever. And just watching what these people do, like it's amazing. Like this is a challenge. So shouts out to them. And of course I gotta, I rots with them because I'm not super athletic, but I can't say that I'm a motherfucking half a marathoner. Just I gotta fly jet on them. Yeah, I mean that's my bling. I just gotta stun on them real quick. Little weird flats, but okay. I just gotta stun on them. Put my thing on. So yeah.
Hey, I totally get it, man. There's this one time my Jew ass actually brought donuts, into the office once. I never let no one live that down. Y'all remember that one time, February 14th, they brought them donuts in.
You dig? So yeah, I mean, so that's my dedications. Again, follow us on Instagram at Arizona Soul Podcast, where you'll be able to follow those dedications and check them out. And again, they got their workout videos for my 2 women. Check them out. They're dope, man. Shouts out.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, those are some awesome dedications. And I guess in the same respect, if you can refresh my notes, if you can go into our thing, I had a post where I had some articles that we touched some on. If you can refresh that so you can pull it up, I want to see if that's possible. I kind of did a similar thing since you literally picked 2 dedications. I guess I can have 2 in the sense to where this person was this might be controversial, but because this person was originally a man, apparently man to female, I want to throw a transgender here in the mix.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, and you could find this one if you wanted to find her on IG. It's a Sherry _Berry, so SHERRY_BERRY. I guess her name is it Sherry Konskasaki? I totally said that wrong. I don't know what this means because she put Calipshigius. An MTF, transgender, 5'7", Bella by trade, who also adores writing, tabletop, Dungeons and Dragons, and video gaming, which is what definitely caught me. So I'm like, who is this little thing putting, very provocative thing, but playing World of Warcraft? And I'm like, she's really putting it out there. And she looks like a little Midwest thing, super soft-spoken, plays these nerdy-ass things, and it definitely shows me that this is a product. And it kind of scares me a little bit because I'm thinking to myself, like, this, you would not know. Like, this little girl right here is getting people who the nerds who play these online games to give her Amazon gift cards and pretty much fund her through college, through living, through playing all these games, little outfits that you can dress her up as. And it trips me out that we live in that kind of world where you can make this dream continue to keep living. Yeah, and
it's the beauty of America.
The beauty of America. And I never saw that one. And I don't know if she still has equipment going on, but you couldn't fucking tell, right? Besides that, there's always clothes and there might be a tuck back going on. Like, you couldn't tell. Look at that. That's just.
And so, and the one thing to kind of add to that, so I remember when I was at G-Dub, I remember one time at one of my stores, a manager from another store was there working, helping out, and we had a transgender.
She gets the Ebola right here.
Oh, little Ebola. Oh,
sounds like Ebola. That's Ebola.
No, and so a manager from another store was there helping, and transgender was at the store, and it was like they were like 6'5", and it was one of those non-passable transgender person. And so, of course, he started going in on his jokes with the other guys or whatever, so on and so forth. And then the thing that's interesting, though, when it comes to the transgender community, because like you said, how like with this shit, you can't tell. So one of the unfortunate things that the transgender community go through is that they're judged by the people people who are quote unquote non-passable. So you get a lot of times where you'll get these guys, you know, oh, that's gross and this and this and so on and so forth, or whatever. But they're judging off of the non-passable people, and it's like while you joke on these non-passable ones that come in here, you don't know how many have walked down the street that you're like, yo, that chick is banging, and you didn't know that person's transgender, but they're considered passable, and so you have a different. So again, that like you said, like this chick, you wouldn't tell just looking at her. Wait, what's that one?
When he chokes me and I can still breathe, and it's fucking Seymour Hoffman or whatever his name is from The Simpsons.
Seymour. Pathetic.
Yeah.
Pathetic. So, but no, yeah, shouts out to her.
And yeah, man. So I mean, besides, you know, classic Guidita, the fact that she has that behind, and again, I'm not too sure if that's a ploy, and again, there's a lot of nerdiness that comes from this, and it also makes me wonder, like, how starving for attention, you know, forgive me, that you know, that we are as a society, that it does build so much into. So look at what we get here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know her besides just living her best life. You know what I'm saying? And people funding it because she's eye candy.
And I ain't mad. Again,
I ain't mad at all.
If you have it, if ever
the way to trap a man, this right there. Look at that. That's a good way. Something tucked behind there. You won't know to the very end. And how could you? What would you do?
You know, she has a Patreon too. Oh wait, can I click on it? Oh, I was trying to go to her Patreon. Oh no, this just shows that she has a Patreon. I thought that was a link to go to it. But yeah, shouts out to her. Again, follow on actually, can I follow? Oh yeah, this is the podcast one, so I can follow. Yeah, so make sure support the dedications, follow her, hop over there.
Art. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at that while I was scrolling through. Yeah, she got a bunch of fan art on there too. So that's mad dope.
Yeah.
And this is her only account. So if you're not following the official one from our podcast, you're following a fake account. So
yeah. So shout out to her, and I hope she does it. And I hope one day we can get her on the show. I mean, be able to be nosy and to kind of be more hip to it. Actually, I'm working with someone that I don't want to say nothing yet because it hasn't happened yet. For someone's Patreon, we're gonna actually become a bonus on part of the Patreon thing. So we'll see what becomes of that. But there's some interesting stuff happening. So we definitely want people to stick with the show, whether that be following us on what. SoundCloud,
yes, indeed.
Stitcher.
You could subscribe to the show, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher. Again, follow us on Twitter at Arizona Soul Pod. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Arizona Soul Podcast. And again, all of those links, all of that stuff is over at ArizonaSoulPodcast.com, which is also our WordPress. Yo, leave a voicemail, 480-588-4688. We want to hear from the people, not just the people trying to sell us health insurance and, you know, listening in on our podcast, you know, sending us spam. Hey, man, Trump ain't that bad, man. Let's go ahead and reelect him for 2020. Really. So leave us a voicemail, 480-588-4688. Let us know what's on your mind. And last but not least, if they didn't like this podcast, probably because you don't like yourself. And what type of person might that be, Papo?
I don't know. You could be mad that, you know, Facebook is bringing in WhatsApp and Messenger and all together. And our Instagram messages are going to be all up in the DMs and everything about us. You can't not show how racist you just might be. Just get over it. We live in the age of transparency.
Get over it. So, on that note, until next time, we ain't going back and forth with you niggas. Whoa.
God bless you. Or whatever deity you praise.
Yeah, I mean, we talking about crickets.
Yeah. Give us money.
Oh, yeah. If you didn't like this podcast, it's probably because you're racist.
Yeah.
Fuck your feelings, though.
Yeah. What's up, man? You hear me?